Well, it's late. It's 2:37 in the morning. It's May 21st, 2013. I need to do a video blog because I can't sleep. I did some calculations on some the normal rate that bitcoins are increasing in value, and it's cray. That shit cray. Like, they're growing at a rate of 16 times their value per year right now. And at that rate, that by the end of this year, they'll be worth $216. They're going to be worth more than that. But at that conservative rate, 16 times, that means by the end of January 2015, they'll be worth around $3,500 each. Around $3,500 each by January 2015. By January 2016, they're going to be worth $55,000, around that amount. That's January of 2016. We're talking like 3 years. Bitcoins are going to go from $120, which they are today, to like $55,000 in 3 years. That investment exceeds any growth expectations that anybody ever would have about Bitcoins. But they have been growing at a crazy rate. Like, if you look from 2009, they were worth a penny basically. 2010, they were worth 5 pennies, so it went by 6 times and multiply. 2011, it went 6 times that amount. Then $5. 2012 is 16. They're about that average growth rate. They didn't really grow much in 2012 to 2013. It became $13.50. That's when I first started getting interested in them. Now it's 4 months after that, they went to $263 from $13. Now they're down to about $120, and their rate of growth is basically exponential at this point. I think by the end of this year, 216 is a low dollar amount. I'm thinking they'll probably be more around $400 per Bitcoin. So buy as many, get as many as you can, hoard the Bitcoins all that you can, because they're the best investment ever in the history of anything. Because according to this, if it's at the normal rate that it's growing, 2016, it'll be worth 55 grand. That's a lot of money, right? Yeah, wait till 2017 when it's worth $884,000 per Bitcoin. 2018, January, $14 million per Bitcoin. 2019, $226 million per Bitcoin. And 2020, $3.6 billion per Bitcoin. And I stopped calculating at that point, because anything beyond that is, well, there's so many numbers. 57 billion is the next number for 2021. So we're talking about like less than 10 years. Like, what kind of investment grows at that rate? Bitcoin does. That's why I'm so excited about that. That's why I'm still up at 2:30 in the morning. That's why I'm checking my orders with look at this. I'm going to show you this. This is the BFL SC pre-information. So this company, Butterfly Labs, sells these 4 products here. They've sold about like 3,556 products for a total of over $5 million. Okay, and these are the ASICs that people have ordered from back in July. This is them. They're shipping. 2 people apparently have them. Everybody else is undelivered. I am on this list. 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 13,700. I just put myself on here. It might not show up yet, but I'm going to be right here. So if you look on this, we're in the top, 1/3 of people, and this list goes on. And on and on and on. People are still ordering them. 2013 08 20, eh? Yeah, that doesn't exist. 2006 604, that doesn't exist either. Huh. Yeah, so I thought, okay, this is insane. So if I wait till 2021 and cash into Bitcoin, it's going to be $3.6 billion. Okay, let's get a more realistic estimate. Let's look at the worst performing year Bitcoin ever had, which was between 2012 and 2013, the price went from $5 to $13.50, which gave it an increase of 2.7 times. Okay, let's take that horrible growth rate, which isn't even remotely close right now, but let's say it's still running at that horrible growth rate. So, $3.50 is what it was worth this January. That means by the end of January of next year, 2014, it's going to be $36.45. That's how much Bitcoins will trade at. Like hell, they're going to be trading a lot higher than that. Like I think they're going to be around $400. But let's just go with this conservative 2.7% because I want to see what happens with this. Okay, so it's a $36, 2014. 2015 comes around, they're $98. Not bad. 2016, they're $265. Not bad. 2017, they are $717. Oh, they're growing at a nice rate. 2018, they're worth $1,900. 2019, they're worth $5,200. 2020, they'll be worth $14,000. Oh, looking interesting. 2021, they'll be worth $38,000. 2022, they'll be worth $100,000. 2022, my Bitcoin that I mined when it was worth $13 will be worth $100,000 in 10 years. In 10 years, my Bitcoin at the worst growth rate they possibly could have, which is way under expectations, way under. The worst possible case scenario is that if I wait 10 years and sit on a Bitcoin, that it's going to be worth $100,000. Well, yeah, the next year, it's worth $277,000. In 2024, $750,000. Whoa, 2025, $2 million. 2026, $5.4 million. 2027, $14 million. 2028, $39 million. 2030, $1 billion. 2031. We're almost getting done to the Bitcoins. They're not going to be made anymore after 2032. But 2031, $29 billion. By 2032, by the time the last Bitcoin finally is issued to be released, the people that have mined that coin will be sharing. Well, if they get one Bitcoin, the way the Bitcoins work, they'll make it a fraction. But anyway, one Bitcoin will be worth at that point $785 billion. At the worst conservative rate of Bitcoin growth, which is basically maybe not even tripling every year. And it's going to, right now, I want to show you something. The rate of growth of Bitcoin is, I had it charted here. Let me show you. This chart is what's interesting here because it shows what's happening this year. So here's January 2013. Ding, February, March, April, 200 and goes up to $220 almost, $215. And then the crash, the hackers hit Mt. Gox, people dumped their cash, people freaked out. Boom, kind of like comes down to about $100, just under $100. Rises a little bit, as people buy again, and then sell. Boom, drops back down again. And if you look at the volume too, well, let's go here first, and then look what happens. If Bitcoin is going to bust at this point, it should have busted and been totally trashed back to $13 or whatever, but it didn't. It rallied in May. Boom, 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 boom. Look, it topped out at around $160, and then rip, and then back down. But look at this growth that's coming up now. It's steadily going up. I've been watching it. It's $125 today. And this curve, if you follow this curve and do the math and just follow it, it's right up here. It's going to go off the frickin' charts. If you double basically what this chart is, it's going to be worth about $400. By the end of 2013, it should be worth around $400, I'm assuming, which is a better than 16 times growth rate from where it was. Yeah. So, we're on something huge. The key thing here is to get as many Bitcoins as possible. Okay? I'm ordering a miner, but I don't actually think a miner is the way to do it. Mining is laborious, it's expensive to get, and as you see, I'm on a friggin' waiting list that they said they're going to ship those things in January. It's now 5 months after that, and nobody's got them. They're just apparently starting to leave. But I don't think anybody's got them. Avalon, I want to order from them, but they're all out. They're not even accepting orders anymore. They are so backed up. And these companies are getting millions dumped on them. And they can sit with these mining machines. What's probably going on is after we've funded their development and their purchase of all of these ASIC mining machines, and their companies are probably sitting there right now churning out fucking Bitcoins like crazy with our hardware. I would put money on it that that's what's happening. It's an extended test burn-in phase, they could call it, and whatever. Bottom line is, I'm not going to see my ASIC for a little while yet. But when it does come, it's going to be print money because they're worth about $250 a day. That's what they're making people right now. $250 a day. And with the price going up the way that it does, the difficulty of the hash always goes up, but the demand is really what's going to drive it. And there's nothing better to drive Bitcoins than instability, currency instability, and people losing trust in their currency. That blip you see right there, that was Greece. Greece failing, their currency deflating, people jumping ship, dumping their money into something they can trust. What are you going to go out and buy a bunch of gold? Yeah, like with everybody else.